Did you know that Brigitte Bardot, the iconic French actress and sex symbol of the 1950s and 60s, was rumored to have had over 100 lovers from all walks of life? Her relationship story is nothing short of startling. So who exactly did the legendary femme fatale date, marry, or allegedly hook up with over the years? Buckle up because this is going to be one wild ride. The year is 1952. Brigitte Bardot, a fresh-faced 18-year-old with a rebellious streak, is about to make her first big splash in the world of love and scandal. She marries Roger Vadim, a dashing French director with a reputation for pushing boundaries. It seems like a match made in heaven. But trouble brews on the set of Vadim's controversial film And God Created Woman. Bardot, in the role that will make her an international sex symbol, finds herself drawn to her smoldering co-star Jean-Louis Trintignant. The chemistry is real both on-screen and off. Rumors of a passionate affair travels. Vadim is furious, but Bardot, ever the free spirit, refuses to be tamed. The cracks in their marriage become chasms, and just 5 short years after their fairy tale wedding, Bardot and Vadim divorce in a storm of media attention. But for Brigitte Bardot, this is just the beginning. With her marriage to Vadim in the rear view, she set her sights on an even bigger game. Next up, it's 1959, and Bardot says "I do" again to actor Jacques Charrier, her co-star in Babette Goes to War. But it's no honeymoon period. The cracks start to show when Bardot becomes pregnant. She's always been uncertain about motherhood, and the realities of impending parenthood weigh heavily on her. In her memoir, she shockingly compares her unborn child to a cancerous tumor, a sentiment that will haunt her for years to come. After son Nicolas Jacques is born in 1960, Bardot's uncertainty turns to outright rejection. She and Charrier fight bitterly and publicly, their marriage the talk of the Paris gossip scene. By 1962, it's all over. Bardot and Charrier divorce in a blaze of acrimony, with Charrier getting full custody of little Nicolas. For Bardot, it's another notch on her belt of scandalous love affairs. But if you think a failed marriage and a child she never wanted could slow Brigitte Bardot down, think again. For this French femme fatale, the best is always yet to come. But Bardot's romantic woes were far from over. In fact, they were just getting started. In 1966, she met and married her third husband, German millionaire Günther Sachs. Their whirlwind romance was the stuff of legends. Sachs famously had a helicopter shower Bardot's home with thousands of roses in a grand romantic gesture. However, their marriage was plagued by infidelity from the start. Mere days after their lavish Las Vegas nuptials, Bardot allegedly began an affair with singer Mike Sarney. The scandals continued to pile up, with Bardot rumored to have had flings with everyone from actor Warren Beatty to musician Serge Gainsbourg. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Bardot's romantic escapades read like a veritable who's who of the entertainment industry in the 1960s and 70s. But just when you thought her love couldn't get any more scandalous, she managed to top herself yet again. In her later years, Bardot's romantic entanglements took on a distinctly political hue. In 1992, she married her fourth and current husband, businessman Bernard Dormel, a former advisor to the far-right National Front leader Jean-Marie Le Pen. Bardot herself has been an outspoken supporter of the controversial political party, even going so far as to praise its former leader, Marine Le Pen, as the Joan of Arc of the 21st century. And as we delve deeper into the sordid details of Bardot's romantic history, one thing becomes abundantly clear. This is no ordinary Hollywood starlet. This is a woman who has lived life on her own terms, unapologetically and without fear of consequence. Love her or hate her, there's no denying that Brigitte Bardot's romantic life is a true force of nature. But let's rewind the clock a bit and take a closer look at some of Bardot's most high-profile romantic entanglements, shall we? Because, trust me, you haven't seen anything yet. In the mid-1960s, as Bardot's star power was reaching stratospheric levels, she found herself embroiled in a scandalous love triangle that would have made even the most seasoned gossip columnists blush. On one side was the beloved French singer, songwriter, and all-around cultural icon Serge Gainsbourg. On the other hand, none other than Jane Birkin, the English actress and singer who would go on to become Gainsbourg's longtime romantic partner and muse. The story goes that Bardot, ever the free spirit, demanded that Gainsbourg write her a love song. Being the prolific artist that he was, Gainsbourg obliged, penning not one but two tracks that would go on to become some of his most famous works, Bonnie and Clyde and the infamous Je t'aime, moi non plus. It was the latter song that truly set tongues wagging. During the recording session, Bardot and Gainsbourg allegedly engaged in what can only be described as heavy petting in the sound booth, with the resulting erotic sounds captured on tape and incorporated into the final track. Needless to say, the song caused an absolute uproar on its release, with many decrying it as obscene and scandalous. Bardot, perhaps sensing the impending controversy, requested that the recording be shelved, a decision that would prove to be a fateful one. But Bardot's romantic adventures didn't end there. Oh no! In fact, they were just getting started. Enter Gilbert Bécaud, the wildly popular French singer, actor, and songwriter who rose to fame in the 1950s and 60s. Despite being married at the time, Bécaud allegedly embarked on a torrid affair with Bardot that sent shockwaves through the French entertainment industry. Their relationship was the stuff of legend, with Bécaud penning numerous songs allegedly inspired by his love for the iconic actress. One such tune, L'important c'est la rose, is said to be a thinly veiled ode to Bardot, with lyrics that speak of a passionate, all-consuming love affair. But Bécaud wasn't the only musical icon said to have fallen under Bardot's spell. Rumors persist to this day of an alleged fling between the actress and Brazilian bossa nova pioneer João Gilberto, with some even suggesting that Gilberto's classic tune, Girl from Ipanema, was inspired by his brief dalliance with Bardot. Whether truth or pure speculation, one thing is certain: Bardot's romantic life was a whirlwind of passion, scandal, and intrigue that knew no bounds. From her high-profile marriages to her alleged affairs with some of the biggest names in music and entertainment, she left a trail of broken hearts and salacious rumors in her wake. And as we'll soon discover, the rabbit hole only goes deeper from here. Because when it comes to Brigitte Bardot's love life, no stone was left unturned, and no tabloid rumor was too outrageous to be believed. As we continue to peel back the layers of Brigitte Bardot's romantic life, one thing becomes abundantly clear. This woman was attracted to power and fame like a moth to a flame. Take, for instance, the persistent rumors that Bardot had a fling with none other than Aristotle Onassis, the fabulously wealthy Greek shipping magnate. According to whispers that circulated in the highest echelons of high society, Bardot and Onassis allegedly carried on a steamy affair in the early 1960s, around the same time that he was dating opera singer Maria Callas. While the details of their purported tryst remain shrouded in mystery, one can only imagine the kind of high-stakes drama that must have unfolded. Onassis, a man accustomed to getting whatever and whomever he wanted, no doubt found himself captivated by Bardot's stunning beauty and rebellious spirit. And Bardot, ever the risk-taker, would have been drawn to the allure of such a powerful and influential paramour. But Onassis wasn't the only titan of industry said to have fallen under Bardot's spell. Winston Churchill Jr. 1963 was a time when Brigitte Bardot was at the height of her fame. Enter Winston Churchill Jr., the grandson of Britain's most famous prime minister and a politico in his own right. Their meeting is electric, a collision of beauty and power. Churchill Jr. is said to be besotted with the French siren, pursuing her with a fervor that borders on obsession. Did the statesman and the starlet find love amidst the flashbulbs and scandal sheets? It's a secret lost to the mists of time. 1959, Miguel Alemán Valdez, the dashing former president of Mexico, sets his sights on Brigitte Bardot. He's a notorious womanizer, and she's the ultimate prize. Rumors abound of a steamy encounter in Acapulco, where the sun-drenched beaches bore witness to a passion that knew no bounds. Did she succumb to the Latin lover's charms? In the heat of the Mexican night, anything could have happened. It's 1957, and Marlon Brando is the smoldering king of Hollywood. When he and Brigitte Bardot share the screen in the film The Night Heaven Fell, the chemistry is undeniable. But it's not just on-screen that sparks fly. Whispers of a behind-the-scenes romance tantalize the public, fueled by the star's undeniable magnetism. Did the rebel and the bombshell find love in the City of Angels? Only the Hollywood Hills know for sure. The year is 1959, and Sammy Davis Jr. was doing wonders all across the world. The Rat Pack legend is known for his incredible talent and his love of beautiful women. And when he lays eyes on Brigitte Bardot, he's smitten. Their alleged affair is as passionate as it is scandalous. An interracial romance in the 1950s is no small matter, but Bardot and Davis Jr. are no strangers to controversy. Did the French screen goddess and the American entertainer find soul-deep love? It's a secret they carried to their graves, a whisper of a romance that defied an era. But Davis wasn't the only Hollywood heavyweight said to have succumbed to Bardot's charms. In 1956, Frank Sinatra, the king of the crooners, came on the scene. And when Old Blue Eyes sets his sights on Brigitte Bardot, the world takes notice. Sinatra is no stranger to scandal, and Bardot is the ultimate forbidden fruit. Rumors swirl of a clandestine affair, a meeting of two legends in the City of Lights. Did they share a love that burned bright and fast? Only the walls of Sinatra's penthouse suite know for sure. We walk down to 1962, where John F. Kennedy is the leader of the free world and Brigitte Bardot is the fantasy of every red-blooded male. When their paths cross, it's electric. The press speculates wildly about late-night rendezvous and secret getaways. Could the president and the pinup have found solace in each other's arms? Bardot plays coy, but her silence only fuels the rumors. It's a scandal that could have toppled an empire. It's 1956. Pablo Picasso, the father of Cubism, is captivated by Brigitte Bardot's beauty. He invites her to his studio, eager to capture her essence on canvas. But it's not just art that sparks between them. Despite their 50-year age gap, Picasso is said to be smitten with the young starlet. Did Bardot become Picasso's goddess and lover? It's a secret they both took to their graves. Salvador Dali, the master of surrealism, is no stranger to the bizarre and the beautiful. And in 1968, he finds his ultimate muse in Brigitte Bardot. Dali is fascinated by Bardot's face, calling it the most beautiful in the world. He wants to paint her, to possess her, to unravel her mysteries. But did their relationship go beyond the canvas? In the surreal world of Salvador Dali, anything is possible. 1966, the counterculture is in full swing and Brigitte Bardot, ever the rebel, is right in the thick of it. Enter Bob Dylan, the folk rock poet who's changing the face of music. Rumors fly of a secret liaison between the two icons. Did the French sex symbol and the voice of a generation make beautiful music together? The tabloids certainly think so. Rewind to 1958. Jazz is king, and Miles Davis is its prince. When he meets Brigitte Bardot, sparks fly. Davis is married, but that's never stopped Bardot before. Their alleged affair is brief but passionate, a meeting of two rebels who answer to no one. Could the king of cool and the queen of controversy have made it last? The world may never know. It's the summer of love, 1967. Jimi Hendrix is the guitar god of the moment, and Brigitte Bardot is the ultimate dream girl. Hendrix makes no secret of his infatuation with Bardot. "I want that girl," he reportedly says. And when Jimmy wants something, he usually gets it. Did these two wild spirits collide in a haze of love and lust? If they did, they took their secrets to the grave. Most shocking of all are whispers of Bardot's dalliance with none other than Fidel Castro, the Cuban revolutionary. The story goes that in 1967, Bardot was invited to Cuba as a special guest of the communist leader. The two hit it off instantly, bonding over their shared love of cigars and controversy. Did the bombshell and the bearded rebel share more than just political views? It's a mystery that only adds to the legend of Brigitte Bardot. Musicians, revolutionaries, the famous and the infamous. No man was off limits for Brigitte Bardot. Her love life was a roller coaster ride that never slowed down, and we were all just along for the ride. If you liked this video, make sure to watch more video on our channel in the end screen about the beautiful ladies of yesteryear.